Hello everybody, this is Count MRVHS and welcome back to Shogun Total War. We are in episode 2 of our campaign as the Hojo, and things are going okay. As you can see though, we are having a bit of unrest problems. We did fast track our advance of the northern provinces, and over the course of that campaign have eliminated the Uesugi clan. And we are now mopping up the rebels, essentially. We've got a rebel castle here in Echigo province with just 3 Yari samurai inside. That's it. And we are told that this is going to take a single year. It is under siege but well supplied and likely to hold out for about 1 year. And that's not good. So again, that my first thinking is, okay, 1 year, that's like a turn in medieval Total War terms. But no, this is like 4 turns, and it's actually probably really like 5 turns, because they go for a year and then they starve out on the following turn. So we're going to have to assault this. That will probably help the population loyalty, which is currently sitting at 88%. And we also have some problems up here in Dewa province, which is making us a lot of money, as it turns out. 400 in farm income and 600 in mining, but 73% population loyalty. We're already at very low taxes, so there's not a whole lot we can do about this. And I suppose we could move these Ashigaro up here, and that would help in the following turn. We are training everywhere we can train, just to get some garrison types. In Musashi, we're training archers because we do have that capability. But otherwise, there's not a whole lot in terms of maneuvering, because we don't want to move people out of Musashi due to the presence of the Takeda clan here. We are going to definitely assault Echigo on the following season. The one thing that I'm not totally sure about yet is how we're going to handle Takeda, because we've got their faction leader, or daimyo, here in Izu, is it? This province just to the south or the west of Sagami. But we're running through our forces. As you can see, we're very low in terms of numbers here. Just barely a single unit of archers, about 2/3 of a unit of Yari samurai, and about half of another. So this is not great forces. Fortunately, they don't have a lot either, but they're training over here, so we need to move stuff in. Let's see, and I don't want to move anybody out of Musashi, so we're just going to have to hold. I think we're going to train, then we'll move troops out on the following season, and then we'll kind of go from there. I mean, maybe we could risk moving one of these units, because we will have archers, and they should be available on the following season. I'm not sure exactly how this works. When you train a unit, when you queue it up and you click end turn, if the enemy attacks, will my unit be trained? I'm not 100% sure about that. But given that we only had a unit of Yari samurai here already, let's move one up here to Sagami in support. And do we want to do this? Do we want to push him out of Izu? It feels like we're going too fast here. Izu also doesn't offer anything. I don't think they can train anything here. And so let's maybe just sit tight. I mean, we do have a lot of money, but we will need to be kind of careful about it. We could build here, and I think that's what I want to do. Let's go ahead and use some of our Hojo advantage, spending a discount. So we're only going to spend 187 koku for this first tier castle. Let's go ahead with that. Public order seems fine there, and as we're training everywhere we can, that is going to only improve. I'm going with Ashigaru in a couple of these places just so that we can get something. What are we doing in Kozuke? Nothing. Okay. It feels like maybe we should build something here. I was thinking to wait, because this place doesn't have anything in terms of advantage for training. And thinking, well, okay, we'll just train stuff out of Hitachi, because we'll be able to get an armorer here. We won't be able to build an armorer in Kozuke, but just it might not be a bad idea to throw a couple hundred just to get some Ashigaru. So let's go with the spear dojo here. And we'll finish the siege there. We'll hold tight in Sagami. Hope we can hold off in Musashi. And the other thing I want to do is go for an alliance with the Imagawa clan. Let's go ahead and see if they'll agree to that. Now, their starting position is split. So they own some land far to the west, or the southern end, I guess, as well as some lands in the central section of Japan. And we saw them move hard against the Yasugi earlier. So currently they've got at least a couple of provinces here. As we can see, they're also besieging the Oda. And I'm not sure if they're really winning that war or not. But let's do something we haven't done yet. And let's take a view of the throne room. This is a feature that was really sadly removed from all the later Total Wars. I mean, I guess it exists in a sense in Shogun 2, right? And it's arguably more functional there than here. But regardless, here's what we can do. We've got a geisha sitting over here. I don't think there's anything you can do with her. We've got this guy who we can click, and he can maybe give you some advice.
Those who use an army skillfully do not raise troops.
Yeah, and again, we've got audio problems. Those who use an army skillfully do not raise troops. I feel like he wanted to say more there. So the audio in the throne room, this is a known bug. I don't know that there's any fix for it. Certainly none that I've tried, of course. But what we can see here is the map of Japan. And so there is a reason to come in here, even if the audio doesn't work. We can see the purple here represents our holdings, and we can see exactly which provinces we have. So that's what we own. We can also see that there are rebel provinces to the north. As we know, the island of Asado, I guess, over here is rebel held. And then we've got Etchu to the west. And a few other places are held by rebels currently. And here's the... what is it? The Imagawa? Is that the name? Yes. So here's their holdings here, and they look to be fairly strong, actually. And this is a real-time display of the current situation in Japan. So this is actually very useful for giving you a sense of who's doing well. So it looks like the Imagawa are doing all right. I don't think they've gained anything over here. They do start with like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 provinces over in this southern island, and the names escape me here. But it looks like the Shimazu have made some inroads, right, on the other islands here, dealing with the rebels. And the Mori also are doing okay. But it looks like the Takeda have a couple of provinces over here still, but they don't have much else. They've only got 2 here. So the 2 that we see are it for the Takeda. So that's great news. We are not going to get a big counterattack from them. But the thing we do need to start worrying about is what's going to happen next. When they fall, or maybe even before, are we going to have a big Imagawa clan on our hands? The Oda, by contrast, look very weak. So it looks like they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces here. And so they had Yamashiro, right? I think that's what that means when we get that message saying that the Emperor supports the Oda. But they must have lost it to a rebel counterattack. So it looks like, to me, it looks like either the Shimazu or the Mori are strongest. But Imagawa are also looking very good. And then we've got this awful rebel nightmare in the center of Japan, which when we get there, we will see. All right. To get out of here, you just, I guess, click the map. And then eventually you'll get returned to your map. So we're going to try for an alliance with them. And the hope is that this will buy us a bit of time. This still would allow us to snap up these 2 provinces. We can check the diplomacy. And yes, the Imagawa are only at war with the Oda, so they're not at war with the Takeda currently. The Takeda are fighting the Mori, though. That's interesting. So things could change over in this end of Japan very quickly. And the Shimazu are allied with the Mori, actually, and at war with just the rebels. Okay. So yeah, we could, if we get an alliance with Imagawa, we have a channel of rebels that we could sort of follow along this northern coast and sort of continue for a while. maybe clean up the vestiges of the Takeda clan, at least in this part of Japan, and then I want to sort of build. I want to sit tight and see if I can start fortifying. Okay, all right. Yep, we got a counterattack in Sagami. Let's see. Okay, but he has withdrawn. That's great news. They didn't even try for Musashi, so I'm glad I did what I did there. And here we've got a castle assault. Now, I would assault this personally if this were more of a sporting fight, or if this were a more interesting battle. It looks like this is just a small castle, and there's only 3 men. Now, I know that realistically, that can be very difficult. Castle battles, siege assaults in this game are actually kind of a nightmare. They are extremely basic. It's just a box, basically. And you walk in. There's no siege ladders. There's no climbing the walls. There's no siege engines. It's basically you go through the gate, and that's your only option. So it's very deadly. It's like bridge battles. But this one, I don't think it's very interesting. So we'll automatically resolve, and we win. And we would normally we would have lost more than that, I think. We do have archers. We could have just shot them inside the walls, but we took all their heads, so that's great. We've got the head collection going on. All right, message from our emissary. We have an alliance with the Imagawa. Great news. Okay. He suggests that we now put all of our ninja and shinobi into a determined effort to destabilize our enemies. So very flavorful because, of course, that is the personality trait of the daimyo of the Imagawa. Very focused on subterfuge. And that's something we do need to watch out for. I've totally neglected that. So let's see how this... Okay, we've got a rank for a daimyo. 4 stars. That's great news. I think this is like in medieval Total War, where the even numbers of ranks are what affect the honor of the underlings, of the soldiers who fight under you. So that's great. And, oh no, our amateur... Okay, so is he going to be an Ashigaru unit? Oh, damn it. I trained 3 units the last turn. So this is how this works. When your heir matures, it's not like medieval, it's not like any of the later Total War games where you can either choose what unit your heir is going to be accompanied by, or they just get the standard bodyguard of your faction. No. The daimyo gets the standard bodyguard of your faction. Your heir is just the leader of some military unit, and he's the leader of the military unit that you happen to be training when he comes of age. Now, in this case, we've queued up 2 Ashigaru units and 1 archer unit. Now, the archer is probably the best possible unit at this stage in the game that we could have for an heir, because, of course, heirs are very important. They need to be around to take over when dad dies. And if he's in a unit of peasant spearmen, that's not going to be good. That's basically a unit of peasant spearmen that we have to keep out of battle all the time. And I don't think that's going to have very good effects on his command, his honor, those types of things. And if he does get into battle, of course, he could die, right? And I don't know if we have any other heirs forthcoming. So let's see. There's a 2/3 chance that he's going to be a unit of peasant spearmen, and a 1/3 chance that he will be an actually potentially useful archer unit. Okay, and we've got an emissary approaching from the Shimazu. So let's see this. This is going to take us to the throne room again.
My lord, I bring word from the Shimazu daimyo. As the sword of...
Yeah, and there the audio goes, unfortunately. But I love this. It's just very atmospheric. So Shimazu Takahisha offers an alliance treaty that our forces might better work together. The combined might of our forces shall brook no resistance. You know, I'm going to accept this. And as we will see, there are some good reasons to accept alliances in this game. You may not think it. You may think it's just pointless. But there are potentially good reasons. Now, the Shimazu, I'm not being Pollyanna-ish about this. The Shimazu are probably going to be my big rival in the end game, assuming I make it that long, because they're working from one end, I'm working from the other. Now, I have also just allied with their rival on their starting island, which is the Imagawa. So the two of them may come to war, and I may have to choose which one to side with, or I may come to war with the Imagawa, and then the Shimazu may have to decide if they're going to side with me or the other guys. So let's accept this.
Buddha's compassion go with you.
All right. And he backs out respectfully. Very nice. Okay, so yeah, I imagine, again, the Mori are probably not going to last just because we've still got a Takeda war that is inconclusive yet, and the Shimazu are just going to continue to gain at the expense of the rebels unless they start to go to war with the Imagawa. So let's get back to our map here and take a look at the Alliance tab. Take a look at the diplomacy now. Now we've got our two allies. We've got the Shimazu, we've got the Imagawa. And Imagawa are allied with the Mori, and Shimazu are allied with the Mori as well. Okay, so they've been busy picking up allies. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. If we check our economy panel, though, we will see that we are making an alliance income. This is another kind of income in addition to farms, mines, and trade. So allies in this game actually pay you. So it's not a huge amount. Remember, this is per year. This is not per turn. But having two allies gives me 500 koku a year. So that's great. That's nothing I need to do anything about, right? All I need to do is send my emissary around and not attack people. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to get real rich in this campaign. Let's take a look now at our public order. And we've not had a rebellion yet, which is great. This is now 92%, so it's going up. 112, that's doable. 117, all right. Everything else is looking pretty decent. It's just Dewa province, which I guess we got to start building, right? Probably the best thing to do here. So in medieval Total War, the watchtowers improve public order. I don't know if they do that here. It doesn't say anything. It says border watchtowers allow you to see far into enemy provinces and allow passing tradesmen to be questioned as they cross borders. This effectively asks as if you had a spy in every neighboring region. I also love how they justify this, right? Every other game, the watchtower is sort of assumed to be like, I don't know, like you literally build a tower and you can peek, right? And then your scouts give you a sense of what's going on. But I like the idea that you're harassing travelers at these checkpoints. Okay, so let's take a look at a place where we have built a watchtower and see what the description says for the border forts. Okay, so this is the one that improves the counter spying, right? So whereas the watchtowers, I did build watchtowers. Why are they not showing up here? There they go. This does not act to prevent enemy agents from crossing in, but the border watchtowers do. But neither of these say anything about public order. So maybe then we do want to go with a castle in Dewa, right? I think that for sure improves public order. That would also allow us to start training troops and so on. It feels like it's not totally necessary maybe, but then again, we do have some rebels here. And as I have said, rebels are pretty aggressive in this game. So let's queue that up. Let's move some Ashigaru up in this direction, just because that's what we were going to do. Queue up another Ashigaru unit, and here we've got yet another. So you guys, let's bring you up here just for garrison duty. And oh, thank God, yes, this is our heir. Fantastic. All right, so Hojo Ujiyasu, this is our heir. Let's take a look at that heir's info parchment, and he's the only one, right? He's 16. He's got 4 rank already. Just, that's great. And let's check the age of our daimyo. Does it say? 41. Okay. So, you know, now he could die, basically, right? We could now lose the daimyo. But now we need to give some thought as to what to do next. We get some honor from our emissary because he has concluded a successful alliance. So what do we want to do? We can take a look here. They've got pretty strong forces. You know, it's definitely comparable to like the best of what we can train, except they've got it all concentrated here. So hopefully the alliance is going to hold for a little while. I can't remember if these guys are trustworthy or not. The Takeda, of course, are definitely not. What I'd like to do is wait for him to go up here so we could attack it, maybe, right? And then get the province without a fight. Because I think he would retreat if we attacked him with superior forces. But I am a little hesitant about pursuing this war too quickly, because again, I think they're kind of restricted at the moment. We don't have watchtowers here, so let's just back to training. We're going for Ashigaru here. Let's go for Yari Samurai this time. And let's go with, I guess, with another unit of archers. We're getting close to autumn, so I think we're okay in terms of finances. And we may want to start working on a large castle somewhere that makes sense. So, I mean, Hitachi is probably the one. We could get a port, so we could move troops between other port provinces. So, for example, Sagami has a port already built. We could build a port here, and then we could move troops from here right over here. And so if we eventually take Totomi, the same thing. Any troops we train in Hitachi can be transported to Totomi as though we were adjacent to it, or any place with a port on the map. So that's, you know, that's a good thing. Let's see. And here's our Honor 1 emissary, because this province gives them that honor bonus to start with. So this is going to be nice if we run into any trouble with enemy ninja. Let's keep him here for now, though. I'm going to keep one in my back pocket. I'm going to move you back over here to see how the war is sort of going with the Imagawa, with the Oda. It looks like they've actually conquered that province. We can actually see that, can't we? This is rebels, Imagawa, right. Well, let's just get a closer look. And let's queue up the large castle here. Yeah, let's do it. We don't already have one anywhere, do we? I mean, Musashi might be another one eventually, but I think I want to get going on a large castle here. We can get the armorer, and we can start getting some good units out of Hitachi. Okay, Ichigo. No training yet, so I guess we've got to build something here for that. Let's see. I think I'm kind of far from archers, so let's go with... yeah, let's go with an archery dojo. I know the spear dojo is kind of the thing you have to make, right? To sort of make the sword buildings, but we'll go with that here for now. And we're currently building our castle. Right, so that's going to take a little while. Okay, I think that's good. We finished the castle in Sagami. Very good. Spear dojo is done in Kozuki. Okay, yes, just as I thought. We get some rebels. So this is Ashigaru, and they've got 120 men. I think we have to abandon it. That's really unfortunate. We got a loyalist revolt in Minu. Okay, that's good news. Samurai and peasants loyal to Lord Oda have revolted in this province. It takes several years for the general population to fully support a new daimyo, and provinces need to be heavily garrisoned at first to guarantee the loyalty of the general population. Yes, I'm finding that out as well. No revolts yet, but dissatisfaction, let's say. Okay, so the rebels have taken this back. We don't know what they have, but at least we've now got somewhat stronger forces around our own places. So this is why it's good to go with a little bit of training here. We can't train anything in Mutsu. But let's keep things consolidated. Go with some Yari Samurai here. Go with some more Yari Samurai, and go with yet another archer unit. So I think we're going to keep this proportion up, roughly speaking. Okay, so the Yari. Let's move... I think maybe the air would be best used going up here, prosecuting the war against the rebels in the north. We've already got, I think, enough forces to hold off the Takeda. And so we'll combine all of you. And I think... Oh, this is another Ashigaru. Okay, well, I'll send you up here. It's just all Ashigaru up here. Well, we're training an archery building right there, so that'll be good. And now we're low on cash, actually. So that's going to be 300 for that archer. What is that? 200. That's 5. Yeah, we don't have enough. Okay, so cancel the this unit. And I think that's good. Otherwise, I think that's good. Move you up. Next turn, we'll have you arrive at Mutsu, and then we'll counterattack back into Dewa, take Sado, and then maybe head up over here to clean out the rebels. So this is good. The Imagawa are being kept busy for a little while, so I think that's very helpful for us. And the Takeda are training stuff, but like I think we're gonna be good. You know, we got another archer coming. We've got some spears. All right, archery dojo and Ichigo's finished, and we got a lot of cash. I should have cranked up the taxes though. Damn. Okay, annual harvest. That was great. Good harvest this year. We're almost at 4,000. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, the Oda are not done. They are not done by a long shot. It looks like they're fairly strong, actually, here. They've got some Nodachi Samurai, great-looking unit. Pretty full strength as well, so, you know, we're going to want plenty of archers to take on these guys. They've got, you know, a decent amount of archers and some Ashigaru also, and this is their daimyo. He's only a 2-rank general, though, currently. Lots of honor. Compare that to my guy, who's also got 5 honor, but 4 ranks. So all of his men are fighting at you know, in terms of individual skill, his men are fighting better thanks to his leadership. Okay, let's see. We've got to move you into Mutsu, move you into Mutsu, and you can go yeah, up to Musashi. And now we've got lots of money again. So let's take a look at our public order. Oh, that's right. I thought Ichigo... Yes, Ichigo did finish building. But we do have, like, lots of archers here already. So this is good to have, I guess, if I need it. Yeah, let's go with another one. Why not? We've got the cash currently. And let's build something else. Like, I think it might be good for us. This has silver deposits. This also has a river. I've got to remember that. So it's not too bad to defend. But yeah, I don't know that I want to go too hard into building this up in terms of military recruitment. We could get a port going here, and so the other thing about ports is that they give you a nice flat koku income rate that is different from the agricultural return. So far we've been pretty lucky with our harvests, right? The past couple of years we've had better than normal harvests, so that's why our income is good. But you also want to, you know, in addition to improving farming, you also want to hedge against, you know, poor harvests, which can happen, by getting regular income. And that is things you can count on from alliances as well as the trade from ports. So unlike in medieval Total War, trade in Shogun is super easy. Build a port, you trade. That's it. You don't need to get, you know, there's no ships in this game, so you don't need to link up trade routes or anything like that. You are just assumed to be trading. But this also allows for military mobility. So to that end, you know, like it might be nice to have, I don't know, maybe an easy way to get troops from here to here rather than having to take 2 turns, but it's not super far. And I'm also on the fringe, right, of my empire. So I'm also kind of feeling like a little hesitant to invest, because as we saw, as soon as I queued up the castle here, we got invaded. I'm not saying that's why they invaded, but, you know, it certainly doesn't help. Okay, so we're probably going to need to upgrade some of these places. I mean, 210 koku for farm income's pretty low, though. We could build a mine just to get some income. That's 500 koku. And this yields an annual income, but what is it, copper? Do we have a place where we're building copper? No, I think that was up here. I guess we could see what it does, right? Let's spend the cash. And this is another one of those hedges against poor harvest, bad weather, right? Okay, Hitachi's still building, I believe, the castle. Shimosa is not. So maybe we'll go for farming here. It's pretty decent. Probably Musashi's the one we should really build in if we're going to go for farming. So yeah, let's see what we can do here. Musashi is just really rich. I think it might be the wealthiest province in terms of farms in the game. So we could go rate for this, right? This is only going to cost 250, increases agricultural output by 20%, costs 4 seasons, but I don't think I'm training anything else here. So we'll just go for that. And Sagami is already trading thanks to the port, and it's also pretty rich. But yes, let's queue up some stuff. Let's go with you now that we can afford you. Let's go with yeah. We've got an archer up there, so that's probably fine. We've already got 2 down here. Okay, let's go for a 3rd, and let's go with another Yari in Hitachi. And yes, end of season. All right, the Oda look expansive, so they're evading Wakasa. All right, Mori wants an audience. He wants an alliance as well. Let's consider that.
My lord, the Mori clan daimyo and all his...
All right, yes. An alliance that our forces might better work together. Let's accept it. We're going to get cash, right? So we're forming a block of alliances that is going to, at some point, crumble.
Would does compassion go with you?
All right. The guy just sounds untrustworthy to me. But looking at this, it looks like... All right, that looks like the Takeda have lost Bichu, but they've still got Aki. All right, I don't think there's anything else that's really changed over here. But the Oda, it looks like they've just invaded. Yeah, they invaded Wakasa, so they lost that apparently to rebels. I think they had it already, and they lost it. And they're taking it back, and they're trying to get up into the north, but I don't think they're doing too well. But what's this? Rebels here? So Hida... Oh, I guess that's always been rebels. Yeah, the Oda are kind of squeezed, aren't they? All right, good enough. You know, we've got lots of rebels in the area. We'll just take our time. That seems appropriate for our clan's advantages, right? So now we can gather all of these forces together and see what they look like. We've got an archer who is just our faction heir, and we've got a bunch of Ashigaru with some Yari samurai. We could attack now, and we could add another archer unit, and that, I think they had 120 men, right? So this is 300. I think we could take that. Let's do that. And Mutsu. This is also really good income. Jeez. Okay, I've been kind of neglecting these places. Loyalty's really high. Let's before I forget, let's change the tax rate just up to normal, because it feels like we should be able to sustain that. Okay, at you go. All right, I've decided we're going to work up Hitachi. We're going to work up Musashi, I guess, as well in terms of castles, probably. But this one for sure. And then I need to decide, like, what's the place I'm going to really tech up. It might be this. Right? This we can get some good cavalry. There's sand deposits for an armory. So I've kind of got my eye on this, which is why I'm sort of hemming and hawing about where else to invest in. I don't just want to build a large castle anywhere I can, you know? And I don't want to build troop training facilities everywhere, because that also seems a little wasteful. But we'll bring the Yari this way, and we've got, let's see, archers, and a bunch of archers. Loyalty's 127. Loyalty's really high here. I do have my eye on these guys, right? Because they could just decide to hit us. It might be worthwhile getting an emissary over here. We'll send him over to Suruga, and we'll see if we can just get a sense of what the Imagawa forces look like. They could be theoretically expanding down into here, right? Like, I don't think the Oda clan has anything to the south of Mino. Maybe they do, but regardless, the Imagawa could be just busting through and starting to snap up some of these rebel provinces and making, you know, pretty strong forces. So I want to know, if I'm going to take out the Takeda, what am I going to be up against on the other side? So that'll be the plan for that. I guess the other thing I really need to do is like I mentioned earlier, security, right? So shinobi can be trained out of a tea house, and this is when you sort of get heirs, when you get you know, your daimyo out there. After a while, you want to start protecting them with these spy units. Now, the shinobi advantage province is where? I feel like it may be very far away from where I am. I'm not sure, but there is some province where they get a bonus to it. But it's not obvious. I think this is Ashigaru. What else? We've got Nodachi Samurai here. I think this is Warrior Monks, and this one might be the Naginata unit, or maybe vice versa. Or maybe there's two places with Warrior Monks that get a bonus. So that's Ninja. And so Shinobi might be somewhere around here. I guess it doesn't really matter. We've got Cav, we've got Archers. I guess that's it. We've got the Dragon unit, right? Dragons, +1 to honor of dragons recruited here. So I guess it doesn't matter, right? Like, we're going to train emissaries here, but we're not training emissaries every turn. So let's go ahead for a tea house. I'm being far too hesitant to build up here. We'll get that. We need to get some shinobi out. We're attacking into Dewa. Ichigo, I think I will wait. Although, actually, let's go with some training here. We've got Kazuki, we've got a spear dojo, we got archers there. Let's do that. Alright, large castle in Hitachi's done. Oh, look at the Imagawa, yeah. Are they allying with the Takeda? Alright, so we get Dewa without a fight. Great, let's see if we can hold it. And let's check those alliances. Imagawa, at war with the Oda, they don't have an alliance with the Takeda yet. But I was kind of concerned that they might be trying for that, and then they are now a big concern for me. So, let's see. Now, every place is looking green, and this is on normal taxes, right? So, we should be good to go here. We could probably crank them up even farther. So, let's do that. Let's try punitive. And I mean, you know, 115, I think I'll risk it. Every place is looking kind of okay. Alright, so we've got lots of archers here. We've got Ashigaru and we've got Yari Samurai. Let's maybe retrain these guys. Right there. And at Hitachi, let's go with the Armorer. Where is that? Armory. Okay. If we get the famous Spear Dojo, we'll get Naginata out of here. In addition to the other spear guys. So, we can train spear stuff. So let's go for the armory right now. That's going to add to the armor of units we train here anyway. And then maybe go for the famous Spear Dojo, and then go for a port, and then I think we'll be pretty good. All right, so at Dewa, loyalty's looking fine. Let's go for that castle. 187 and hope that we can actually afford it. Okay. You know, as long as these two guys are at war and there's rebels nearby, maybe I should feel kind of okay about the Imagawa not betraying me immediately. But these guys are continuing to train something. Like every turn, they're doing something. What do we have here? Our force is actually looking pretty decent in Musashi. 1, 2, 3 archers, 3 Yari, and then an Eshigaru. Let's go with another Eshigaru just to beef it up that extra step, because they're training Eshigaru as well, right? Tea house is done in Kazusa. Okay, this war's going on here. Good. Okay, he's stalking one of my emissaries, so we'll see if he succeeds. Good. Very good. I suspect that was the Imagawa. I don't know. I could be wrong. They're just the type, right? And so that's a good thing. It's not the Takeda. I don't think they have any tea houses or whatever you need to make ninjas. Okay, but we now can really get going on security. So let's queue up let's go with 4. Let's not go nuts, but let's get a nice stable of shinobi here so that we can start taking security seriously, because you can get your heir killed, right? And unlike in later games, I don't think the rank of your leaders has anything to do with their security against ninja. I could be wrong there, but I'm looking at the manual, which I recently got for Christmas, the physical old from 2000 Shogun Total War manual. Great stuff. Strategy guide, I guess, from Prima Games, probably. Back when those manuals were just a lot of fun to read. So anyway, looking at that, it recommends to keep shinobi with, once you get a large army, once you get like a really good general, a high-ranking general, those are good targets for ninja, which suggests to me that those are the targets that the AI is going to try to hit, and therefore you want to guard against it. And you can't just rely on their own high rank like you can with the later games. Like a high command general in like Rome Total War is a very, very tricky target. Okay, so now we've got some disloyalty here. I guess we should bring it back down, right? Let's change it to high. Let's see what this looks like. I think I can live with that. 106. We've got somebody here, so even if we do get a rebellion, we can withdraw to the castle and get back to it. But we don't have any more money, so we just need to stop now and sit tight. So Kozuki, I think what I will do here is leave that garrison with Ashigaru and move the Yari up to join the Daimyo in Echigo. And we're moving Ashigaru here. I think we're getting close. I'd like to get my emissary over to Suruga, and then we'll take out the Takeda. I think we'll have enough by then. But let's. Geez, can we? I guess we can queue up. Okay, our castle is being built. Great. So let's just end the season. Finish the improved farmland in Musashi. Finish the castle in Dewa, and finish the mine in Shimotsuke. Great. Okay, harvest was average, but look at this cash. Great stuff. So the mine here, let's see what that's making us. This is Shimotsuke. Let's see. Okay, so 200. So what did that cost us? Like 500? So after a few years, after 3 years, that's going to start like just making pure profit. So that's fine. You know, copper, I guess, is not the best in terms of mining, but this is a pretty safe place to build it, so why not? Okay, and I think we will go ahead and reduce the taxes back down to normal, because now we're in the winter time, and now we've got to think about this, right? Like, if we're attacking now, we're going to be attacking in the snow, right? And so that is going to impact the battles that we fight. We're going to wait one more season, let our emissary get over to Saruga, but now that we're here, we can see what they're training, and it is Cav. Okay. This is a fantastic picture, by the way. Cav is probably my favorite in this game. Just awesome. Okay, so they've got lots of cavalry archers. That's good. I'm not too afraid of cavalry archers. As much as the picture is awesome, the cavalry archers are not super terrifying to me. I think you can take them out with your own foot archers pretty easily. I could be wrong there, but we've also got Yari cavalry, so they're living up to their faction strengths here. We could, therefore, just send in a horde next turn and outnumber them and swarm them. Let's get our shinobi somewhere here. Let's get him moving up through here. We'll get him towards the daimyo and towards the air, and we'll get the other ones in the same direction. Okay, so in terms of building now, Hitachi is still working on the armory. Shimosha's got nothing going on, but that's all right. Kazusa. Okay, we've got the tea house built, but we could now go for a ninja house. I think I'm going to hold off on that. Maybe we'll wait until we get into the interior. I don't use ninja all that much, but, you know, we'll see. I'm going to try to do defensive stuff as much as I can. Kazusa's pretty bad in terms of farm income, so there's not much point in investing further in that. Maybe, though, we could go with a port. This would allow us to get our emissaries and shinobi to other places a little more quickly, and it would also make us a little bit of cash. So this seems safe, right, to build a port here. And what can we do here? We've got our castle. We could go decent farm income, right? We've already got some upgrades to it. We could go with watchtowers, I guess. That might be kind of nice. And then it will help, since we've already got a port, this is kind of open to enemy agents. So if we do this, we'll also, even once this ceases to be a frontier province, we'll be able to go up to the border watchtowers, which will allow us to intercept the enemy ninja and so on. Okay, Musashi, we're just going to wait. Kazuki, you're going to wait. Echigo. All right, there's a lot of money up here. Let's go for training here in Kazuki. Let's go with another Yari Samurai. I feel like this is a pretty ranged heavy army, and we want to buff it up a little bit. But in terms of building, maybe this would be a good one for watchtowers as well. Let's do that. Dewa, loyalty's 144. So that might be good enough for us to move on. I know it just gave us the warning about, hey, you gotta keep your provinces garrisoned before you move them. So this is pretty rich as well, actually. Let's go with the Spear Dojo just so we can train some stuff. We don't have training even here in Mutsu. But I think here I will go for farming because farm income here is fantastic. So let's just do that. We'll get we've got gold, which is great here. So we'll upgrade the mines, I guess. We've already got a mine, but I think we can go to a higher level. And here, yes, we'll get the Spear Dojo and then go from there. I think next season is going to be our invasion season. We'll invade in the spring. Okay. Etchu, the rebel general, has decided. So that's up here, I guess. Okay. Yep. So we've just been sealed off in the west. Unless Noto is held by the rebels, we can't go any farther without attacking either our ally or the Takeda, obviously. So we want to go here, and maybe we'll go here because you can see these lines indicate we can actually access it. Let's check the throne room to see who owns Noto. And this is still held by rebels. So we do have a channel along the coast here, but look, Mori has now consolidated the central western southern part of the big island. So they've got all of that. They're looking really good. Shimazu basically stagnated here. I don't think they haven't managed to take anything. So that's kind of good. This, I'd hate to see the Mori start to get into all of this stuff. Like I fear they might. But the Oda also, I think, have expanded a little bit. A little bit to the west, maybe. So I think what we need to do is get up here, maybe take Noto. And then, obviously we're going to take out the Takeda pretty soon here. But then, you know, we'll see how it lies. But the problem is if we're facing the Imagawa and they've got no other enemies nearby, right? There's just a lot of borders we're defending with them. So we need to think about how we want our borders to look. So let's do our invasion then. We're going to go up here. Yeah, loyalty's 157. That's great. We're building a spear dojo. So in another year, in another turn, we'll be able to have that. This, I think we should be good. We've got 2 archers, 1 Yari, 2 Ashigaru. I think we should be good. Let's do it. The province here is, oh, pretty flat, looks. Mainly lowland, but it's not very wealthy. But it does have an armory. Okay. So this is another place to build Naginata troops. We can't see what they've got, but I think we'd be able to deal with it. So let's keep moving our shinobi up here. And yes, Yari, let's keep moving them. Although now Echigo, I mean, I'm kind of wondering, should I back off and go like into the interior, because I don't want to make them think that I'm building up to invade them. That's not my intention. All right, let's make sure you really get here. I thought you were supposed to be here already. Bring you down to Suruga, and let's see. We've got another shinobi here. So we could do a double invasion, right? And we would get both of these provinces simultaneously, assuming they both work. And then we would have to defend against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We'd have this big, long front with the Imagawa, and then eventually a 6th province that would border them. Either this one or Noto. So it's going to be tough, right? And I'm kind of wondering, maybe I need to hold off of this invasion, but the problem is if I wait, they're going to take it, right? They're not at war with the Takeda. Let's see how strong they are. We want to wait to get the emissary there. That's like what I said I was going to do from the very beginning. So meanwhile, okay, armor is almost done here. Port's working on there. Ichigo getting the watchtowers. Okay, spear dojo, farming. Yep, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, let's sit tight. We're going to do this invasion, I think, this year. And then in the summer, possibly, we'll take out the last of the Takeda. All right, Seto Province. It's 300 to 300. Oh, man. Okay, so this is what we've got. It's mostly Ashigaru and archers with a single unit of Yari samurai. I have no idea what they have. And I really thought that we were going to outnumber them, but they may have moved in some reinforcements or trained some other guys. So let's see. I mean, we'll see what they look like. We can withdraw. We can withdraw if it looks bad, right? This is my heir. Oh gosh, this feels really risky. Okay, looking at the province here, it doesn't look too bad. Okay. I want to have nice, clear weather. Nope. Nope. Alright. It's going to be kind of wet, it looks like, regardless of what we do. Okay, so here's the heir. This, the only way I know that is because, well, he's the general. And here's the Yari Samurai, here's our Ashigaru, and then there's archers. Okay, I think we'll just go with this basic formation. And where are they going to be? They could be up in those woods. They could be up in these woods. I guess my money would be on these. Oh gosh, let's not decrease the visibility here anymore. Come on. All right, so I'm going to get right up here and see what I can see. Okay, yep, they're up there. Good, good, good. We'll get up to the trees. And you can see the visibility changing as the weather changes. The sort of clouds, the fog increases. All right, what do we got? Samurai archers, that's their general too. 1, 2, 3, and then Yari Ashigaru. Okay, so they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So that's all they've got. Okay. Geez, I think we could do this. We can rush them. They don't have any Yari Samurai. If we're careful about it, if the weather cooperates. Alright, that's not great. But let's move over here. Kind of into the trees. They do out-archer us, and they're going to start shooting very quickly. They are turned the wrong way. If we can get them running, you know, like, I think maybe, because our guys are going to have better honor than theirs. That's the other thing. So I know that the Samurai archers can beat the Yari Ashigaru in, like, a good fight. Like a fair fight. Let's get you moved up. Let's get you moved up. I think we want to not stand around and get shot. We want to rush him as much as we can. Alright. Can we push you? So these Yari should be able to beat, like, anything here. So let's go for the general. Alright, we did get a shot there. Alright, and here's my general. That's good. Alright, here come Yari Ashigaru. Alright, let's hit them. Let's hit the Samurai archers with mine. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Alright, Yari Ashigaru running away. Let's hit their general. I think we're doing okay here, I think. Alright, let's hit their Yari again. They came back. We're taking some losses from our general. Alright, Samurai archers. Let's send you against theirs. We want to get some routes. Oh no, the Yari Samurai running away. No, no, no. Okay, run, 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 run. Where's my route button? Yes. Oh gosh, should I route them at this point? Will he just die? Let's do it. Yep. I hope he won't just get killed. Okay, I think he's still alive. 58 men. Oh, that sucked. Okay, he's still here. We've still got an heir. He did lose some honor, though. He lost a rank, rather. Okay. Well, that's fair. He lost a rank because he lost the battle. So let's move another unit of archers over here. Let's train up one, and we'll give him some better support next time, and he can make up for that humiliating loss. Let's see here. We've got some more Yari. I think we do want them over there. And since we can't train in Dewa, let's go with let's go with another one here. Let's go a little overboard. And in fact, here what we can do is just pull an archer unit right now, so that next turn we'll have 2 more Yari and another full unit of archers. And with that, maybe we can do it. Let's kind of combine these units. We'll leave you here. Let's see, where is that? Yes, that little Ashigaru. We'll put you there to be retrained. Okay, so that could have gone better. Could have gone better, but I think we'll get it next time. No big deal. Here, okay, we get the faction leader, but Suruga's got nothing. It's a pretty bad province, though, isn't it? It's pretty bad. So it doesn't look like there's been any improvements here. It's lowland, which means it's hard to defend. But typically a lowland province is going to be at least wealthy, right? It's going to be a place that has some good farm income or something, some mining opportunities. But no, this has nothing. This is pretty bad. But it's in their hands now, so the Imagawa are going to do what they're going to do with it, and I guess that's fine. Are we ready to attack Kai? They're just going to keep training hordes of cavalry, and the problem now is, do I have enough spears? I think so, but I just don't know if I have enough, like, good spears. So let's do this. I'm going to take my good general here, who's just not anybody in particular. He's just an army general. We'll move him up into Kai. Now, this is going to be a little hard because it's a highland province. But I think we can do it. We'll go with... Do I want to move everybody? I think I want to move back a unit rather than, like, move absolutely everybody. We'll get, like, a weak-ish unit out of Sagami. And I think that'll still be good. And then we'll move all of you up. So that's 1, 2, 3 Yari, 2 Eshigaru units, and 3 archers, plus the general, who is a half-strength Yari spear unit. Or Yari samurai. Okay, and then we've got 2 of the kind of melee spear cav. And that's it for melee. The rest, we got 4 cav archers, and we get 1 small unit of foot archers. They've got a Yari spear unit. I think we can do that. I think we can do that. The terrain is going to be tricky. Let's go ahead and get a Yari samurai unit here, and let's just keep moving the shinobi. I think I want to move some over into this direction to deal with our new acquisitions. Hitachi has finished the armory. Again, that doesn't change what we can build now, but we can build the next dojo unit. We can do a famous armory as well. So this is the next level. So that's +2 to armor. Let's hold off. We want to get the... we could go with the sword dojo here. So this would get us our Nodachi. But I think in keeping with the Hojo, we want to go for the more ponderous, slow, heavy defense-oriented unit, the Naginata. So this is only going to cost 250 koku, only going to take 2 seasons. And that's going to get us our Naginata unit, which I think is going to be very helpful as we attack across bridges and things in some of these battles to come. Let's just call that good. Okay. We outnumber them by 100 men. Let's command the attack personally. Alright, yeah, lots of hills, cliffs, which are going to be impassable. Fine day expected. Okay, yeah, let's attack. Why not? they've got some archers, of course, mostly cav archers, but so do we, and we've got, we've got 3. Let's see, is that one of our generals? No, this is our general right here, the 31 Yari Samurai. I think that's okay because, he's a unit we kind of want to keep out of battle a little bit. So let's see, do we want to change the formations here? Jeez, I don't know. Fish scales? That doesn't look too promising. Birds. It's kind of weird. Although, okay, we've got the archers in the back. And then we've got 1 archer in the front, and we've got samurai in the front with Ashigaru. Okay, maybe that would be okay. Let's just group them all up here. Or actually just, yeah, we'll group them. Okay, begin battle. And it looks like they're up at the top of the hill. Is that right? Wait, where are they? Yeah, that's got to be them, right? Those are banners. So that means we can get up through the woods. Yep, here they come. Oh my gosh. They're so fast. Oh my gosh. Okay, alright, we're all together now. Now I think I want to take them out of this formation because it's freaking me out a little bit. So ungroup. Let's get all of our archers together. And I want them to be like in a gang. Let's do that. And let's get all of our good spears right behind them, because I imagine we're going to get rushed. Let's get our general right behind them. And we've got some Yari Ashigaru, so let's keep them behind the general just so I can keep track of everything. Alright, so they're taking up a position on top of the cliff here. But, yeah, I think we're going to be able to shoot them down. However, honestly, I think what I'll do is this instead. I don't want to waste too many arrows taking out their Yari Samurai. I want to take them out in melee and save my arrows for the Cav archers, which are going to be much more annoying. So, yes, focus on those Cav archers. You take out the Samurai archers, and what are you going to do here? If I can bait some of their Cav to come down and support this, they probably won't fall for it. Because, these are obviously spear units. Alright, they're winning. Losing slightly, okay. I think we're going to win this, though. Yeah, they're taking losses. We've still outnumbered them handily. Alright, this is their general. Good. Get right down in there and start taking some incidental hits. Okay, that's it for them. But we have taken some damage as well. So I want to bring up my other Yari Samurai. I want to bring up, yep, all of my archers. I want to focus on the enemy general here. And I think they are. Yes. Of course, the problem with this is we've got spears running into arrows. But let's do it, and let's see if we can push and get their cavalry to engage with us. I mean, we've whittled them down considerably. They're down by a third. So if we could take out their Yari Cav, we basically have it won, I think. Although they do have a lot of Cav archers left. Okay, but everyone's got their orders. I'm going to go right to the Yari Cav. Let's hit the Yari Ashigaru here. I know there's Cav archers right here. I know, I'm aware. this is a bit reckless, isn't it? Like, I shouldn't be attacking in these circumstances, maybe. Alright, Yashigawa running away. Okay, here we go. Have archers running away, enemy jump. Yes, okay, good. Alright, I think we get it now. Oh, yes. They all got the memo. Beautiful. It turns so quickly. Right? One moment you've got these very strong-looking full units of cavalry, harassing your guys, and then the next moment they're all turning and running. Now, of course, they're not totally running. They may be withdrawing now, but they did get back. They did get back to non-routing. Okay, but now they're fleeing again. All right, I think we're just going to wait for them to withdraw. No, we've got 15 cavalry archers here, so we do need to see if we can hit them, get them to rout. Let's move up here. There's some Yari Cav just hanging out up here. Let's see, what are they going to do? Yeah, everyone's leaving. Everyone is. There we go. There we go. And we did win it. They're going to get the castle, though. They've got a lot of people who made it. Under siege, we pillaged 525 koku, destroyed 2 facilities, and damaged 1. So that means 1 building got reduced to, the first tier or to a lower tier. So it's too bad, right? Like, the money's nice, but I'd rather have the buildings in place, honestly. I don't know if there's a way to prevent that. I think it's just kind of random. Okay, so that was a successful attack. We got 1 failed attack. We got 1 successful attack. We are retraining Yari Ashigaru here. Let's see what this looks like now, though. So this is a larger force than we had before. It's still got some Yari, but it's got another unit of archers. It's still got some Ashigaru, right? That's still like the bulk of it. But we do have some Yari Samurai. So I think we'll try again. But I think that battle is going to have to wait for the next episode, folks. I feel pretty good about what we've done so far. It is autumn, so I guess this would be the time to, before we forget, change the tax rate. Let's see what punitive looks like. And it looks great. Even in Kai, which we've recently taken, loyalty is 135%. So, I don't know that we're going to see any breakout attempts by the Takeda Daimyo. He may be thinking, he'll just wait here. Maybe he'll try a relief effort against Kai. This place has, let's see, only 2 seasons. So we might just wait this one out. I've got time on my side, I think. And that'll also give us time to do things like building and more training if need be. So I think that's going to be the plan. We'll wait out the Siege of Kai, see if they're going to try anything. Here we've got, I think, enough forces to repel what we've got here. Certainly to discourage them. And if they try it, I think we can handle that pretty easily. But we're probably going to be seeing in the next episode the end of the Takeda clan. And then if we can consolidate what we've got and successfully take the island of Sado, then we'll have to reconsider. Are we going to move over to Noto? Are we going to try to sweep down into the Oda? We could assist our allies, the Imagawa, that way. On the other hand, that seems a little problematic, as it would only be extending our border with them eventually. So some big decisions to come, but I do like how this is developing. I'm feeling fairly secure up here. And the income is looking pretty good. The armies are looking fairly good. It's just, when is the war with the Imagawa going to kick off? And who's going to start it? So I hope you'll stick around to find the answers to those questions. Until then, everybody, take care.